Okay, yeah. So, as we all know, there is a war going on. And so this practice is going to be guided into bringing peace and bringing love back to the world. The thing with the war, obviously, is that the war has been going on this planet for a very long time. It's not only now in the Ukraine and Russia and all this, it's actually that war in between light and dark has been going on for, you know, if you really want to dive into it, for millions of years, not just or 100,000s of years, like really, really, really a long time. And not only here, but in the stars and in between all kinds of star families, gates, you know, like a lot of things going on, matrices, dark holes, whatever's. So it's not new, definitely, but what has changed, and I'm sure all of you know that are here, but what has changed for those who are not aware of it is that the earth herself has changed vibration. So you can say the earth ascended, but even those words are kind of limiting of what is actually happening. So about 10 years ago, the earth just went into, you could say, a new state of being, a new state of vibration that is much, much higher than the one that she was in before. We're not talking about the ancient vibration that the earth was in, because her vibration was much, much higher before. Her name was actually Tārā before. So it's very interesting to see that this Tārā energy, like lately for me anyway, is coming up. I've always worked with the Tārā energy. It always felt close to me, but since a few weeks, I started also a more serious Tārā practice. So that's where the inspiration is coming from. And I want to share with you that inspiration. So I'm going to put it in the chat and I'm going to say it for those that are seeing this in the replay. So it's called, I'm going to put it in the chat if I can. So I'm going to say it first. It's from Tārā Mandala. So it's a community in America that is led by a woman named Lama Tsultrim Alione. And the teacher that I'm receiving the certain types of Tārā, so the green Tārā and the 11 Tārā, 12 Tārā, 13 Tārā, and a few more. I'm receiving it from a teacher that is named Dorje Lopun Chandra Easton. So I'm going to put that in. So if you want to study this on a much more original form, then you can find it. You can find it there. So you can study it more there. And if you do, I will probably see you there, because I'm in there's three Tārā practices, and they are doing the 21 Tārās. They started last year with the first few sets of Tārā. Now is happening the second one. And then I think next year or at the end of this year, they will start the third one. So we're just lucky that the 13th Tārā was coming up at the same time that the world actually needs it. We were actually starting with the 12th Tārā, but then they decided to go into the 13th. So the thing with Tārā is that she appears or emanates in 21 different forms or shapes. So you can see the same kind of form or shape that she has already. It's always kind of the same. Like she's usually depicted wrathful. So that means that she has a smile. So because she's in joy and she's in full peace. So this is really important to know, full compassion. But she has a wrathful smile, meaning she's very fierce. So she's very strong. She's very, yeah, let's say strict boundary. She's very strong in what she empowers in the world. So in that sense, she's fierce. She has a wrathful smile, and that's what it shows. So not all lineages in Buddhism and, you know, in the Tārā tradition, the Indian, the Tibetan, so many different lineages don't always work with the wrathful deities. So you shouldn't be too much impressed by it, in a sense of they are Buddhas, they are Bodhisattvas. So they are in an enlightened state, but always like with a nice smile is always nice, but when there's wrathful energy, basically the wrathful energy is our own energy. You could say from our, the 4 fingers width length from the belly, that area in our central channel. So that area, that chakra, you could say, is the chakra of our own enlightened wrathfulness. So you can actually tune into that. It's more fiery, it's more strong, it's more powerful. It's more saying, I use my personal power and my willpower to actually create enlightened activities. So we're going to use that force, that energy that is going to come from our own, and mix it with these energies of these beings that we're going to tune into. But it's very, very important to understand that we cannot take enlightened action in the world as long as we are having certain vibrations of, let's say, fear. Fear is like the main low vibration. And sometimes people will say, but I have no fear. But then actually, for example, look in your body. Maybe there's some stress there. Maybe you do things with a certain stress or a certain pressure or a certain self-expectation or a certain expectation to the world. That's, in a way, that's the same as fear. So fear might come out in different situations and in different conflicts or in different things that are happening to the world. But if you don't know how to find the vibration of fear, because we're going to actually look for it in the beginning of the meditation, then just look for stress. Where is my body stressed? Is my body stressed in my kidneys? Is my body stressed in my lungs, my shoulders, my belly? And of course, we're going to kind of dive into those energies, not as something bad, like, oh, this is a bad stress or a bad fear. We're going to actually host these fears and other vibrations that are actually blocking us from taking enlightened action in the world. So that's why we're doing it. So another one that is very, very important when it comes to war is the vibration of righteousness. And this is a very difficult one in a way to find, because what is righteousness? It's a vibration of I am right and they are wrong. So if we're looking at a certain war, you could say, but the Russians are right and the Ukrainians are wrong, or the Palestinians are right and the Israelis are wrong, or something like any type of conflict. When we're taking sides, when we divide ourselves into saying this is right and this is wrong, then we are coming into a sense, into an energy of righteousness. So this energy of righteousness is making it worse. It's not helping. It's actually, when you take action from the perspective of, I need to change them, I need them to understand that they're doing something wrong. Anything that divides yourself, like your unity, your oneness, your being in oneness, anything that divides it into the energy of anything that is happening outside, like the vision, then you're in an energy of righteousness. So we're not doing this meditation at all in this sense of righteousness. So sometimes it's very hard to find these energies because it is so natural to us. It's like, yeah, of course these people are wrong, or of course the war is wrong, or of course this, or of course that. So they're so ingrained in how we perceive the world that it's very hard sometimes to find them. But we're going to do the best we can, just find these energies of fear, righteousness, maybe some anger there. Like, why is this war still going on? I mean, I can feel them inside of myself. I've been processing a lot of that because I'm like, come on, people, we are in the 21st century. Why is this still happening? The earth is ascending already 10 years ago. Why is this still happening? So I had to really process this type of anger, this type of sadness about everything that is happening, not really understanding why this is still happening while so many millions of people in the planet are now choosing new timelines, new futures, where there is peace and where there is, yeah, a sense of unity, a sense of love for life, you know, and a sense of awareness. So if you feel some of those energies coming up, then I would say, then we're going to anyway process them in the beginning of the meditation. And I also wanted to show you actually what the Tārā looks like, so that you have an impression of it. And in the replay, those that actually signed up for this Lotus Ride, I will share it with you in the email. So, but not everybody has signed up in that way. So yeah, just have a look at this image, because these are the imagery that we're going to use. So this one here is the 13th Tārā. So her name, and I will repeat it. Her name, she has this very specific name. Her name is Tārā Yülle Gyaljema. So that's the Tibetan name. Then there is a Sanskrit name that I really have problems pronouncing, but I will try. That's Tārā Ripu Cakra Vināśinī. So I hope I said that right. So the translation of that name, you can also just say 13 Tārā. The translation of the name is she who is victorious over war, or she who is victorious over wars. So when you look at these imagery, okay, so this is what we're going to use in our meditation. So here you have the Tārā that we're going to use. So you see that this here, she has her foot on a blue lotus, or on a lotus flower, and she's holding the stem of that lotus flower. Mm-hmm. And from the lotus flower, from her left hand, is this sign coming here that I've made a little bit bigger here next to it, which is a dorje or a Vajra symbol, which normally it's you can see it when it's kind of closed. So it's closed up and it's closed down, so it's kind of closed. But in our meditation, and that was really for me also new, is that we're actually opening them. So they're still, as you can see, they have a circle inside, and then it's like you could say lightning bolts. So there's kind of like lightning coming out. That's what it's symbolizing, like something that you hold, like an energetic weapon, you could say. You're holding it, or a symbol. You're holding it, and there's lightning strikes coming out, and they're going open. So they're opening. Sorry, can you mute yourself? I will do my best to keep everybody muted. Okay. Yeah, so if everybody could keep themselves muted, that will definitely help with explaining what we're doing. So here we go again for the image. So we were here, yeah. So it's the Vajra or the dorje symbol that is opening. So it's opening with lightning or flames, you could imagine. So you can see one here where it's 4 of them, or here, for example. So it's not only 2, but 4 of them. So it makes a beautiful balance. Actually, not 1, but 4. And this one here is showing you that the dorje is in the middle, if you can actually see that. Let me see if I can actually show that better to you, like here. So you see that it's in the middle, and there's actually rainbow light coming out of it. So this is really important for the practice, that you feel, see, sense that yes, it's kind of lightning. Yes, it's like kind of flames, but it is going with a rainbow light. So it's not just like indestructible lightning. It is actually linked with this type of rainbow light that is coming from it. So however you imagine this, like you can imagine it exactly as you're seeing here on the image, or you can imagine, feel, see, sense it from your heart in however your heart is going to actually produce that energetic support that we're going to use. So this was important to show you the third eye open. I know a lot of you have done the workshops with me, so your third eye is already open. And it's beautiful to see that in this Tara practice, she also has her third eye wide open. It's clearly open. She's using it. And that's what we're also going to be using, like connecting our third eye to our heart and to our Hira chakra. Those three are going to be connected. So the wrathfulness and the great compassion and the channeling, the opening to other dimensions through the third eye, all these three centers will be activated and opened so that we can do this practice. And then there is this beautiful mantra that I'm going to, during the meditation, I'm going to the teacher that I just shared with you, I'm going to have her voice doing that because I think she has a beautiful, soft, and yet powerful voice. So we will do that as well. So yeah, that's the mantra. Let me see if I can show you something more. I think that is about all that we need for now, just to feel, see, sense that that is the symbols that we're going to use. So I'm actually quite ready to start the meditation. Yeah, I see Robbie is like, yeah, me too. Anka is in Portugal. That's so nice to see you in the light for once. Yeah. Great. Beautiful. Okay, so yeah, let's actually just let's do it, because whatever I'm going to say is never as powerful as all of us connecting from all over the world at the same time, and also in the replay. So it's like a song that is going to go all over the world. And we'll just see what happens. And yeah, during the meditation, just really follow your own rhythm and follow your own resonance. So if somewhere you're feeling like this doesn't resonate with me, just go out, or just rest in your heart, or just observe. And also, if you feel it doesn't resonate, there's a reason for it. So when we're doing these types of practices, that was kind of the thing that came up, is that when we're doing these types of practices, you just want to be sure that it's enlightened action. Because if it's not coming from an enlightened place, then it will actually backfire on you, because you are using the light-dark paradigm energies, and that's what we don't want to use. We want to take action from that enlightened space. So if there's doubt in you, or you're like feeling it doesn't resonate, and there's a reason for it, and you just stop, and you can go out and do it another time through the replay, or you can just observe and just be present and see, feel, sense whatever is coming through for you. Okay. Okay, so for the meditation, it's very important that your body knows that it's well taken care of. So you can take, for example, you can take a little blanket, or some water nearby, so that your body knows that it's well cared for. If you do want to lay down, then you're more than welcome, of course. Just knowing that usually when we do lay down, or we fall asleep, or we kind of get into this dull type of awareness. So maybe you want to kind of lay down, half sit, half lay down. So you're still laying down, but you have a lot of pillows in your back, so that you're still kind of upright. And so for those who really want to do it in the way that it's taught, is of course, we're sitting up straight. If you can have some kind of base where your legs and your feet are resting, it can be a chair or anything like that, but that you have a strong base and that your spine is straight. Because when your spine is straight, the energies can actually flow through your central channel. And I do want to tip on that before we go in. So the central channel is, you could say, the core of your being. So in your central channel, it starts here on the top of your head, It depends on what lineages you are working with. I personally like the one of the School of Remembering where I'm teaching from, where we say that it has the width. It's quite much bigger than the Buddhists say. It has the width of your thumb with your middle finger. But you can also feel it maybe as much smaller, like maybe just the width of a finger. So whatever resonates with you. Oh, and also we didn't go into the mudra because I'm going to ask you to do a mudra. Show you one more time this beautiful Tārā. You see the mudras that she's having, right? I'll just enlarge her a little bit. So in one hand, she's holding that stem of the upala of the blue lotus flower, which is going there, and then that is holding the Vajra, and the other hand is open, which we call the great mudra of compassion, or the mudra of great compassion. But I've noticed with myself that sometimes my hands go into a different mudra. So nothing that I'm proposing to you has to feel like it's fixed. If you feel that you're sitting there and you want to, for example, I have all my mudras here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like all my cards with mudras, like all the different mudras. So if you feel like, yeah, okay, great, you know, that mudra, I feel more like, for example, doing that in many traditions that's also used. You know, you use one here in front of your heart and one on that lower chakra, the Hira chakra, and you're holding them like that, you know, as a mudra of compassion. And then a very simple mudra is you can just put your hands on your knees, for example, which is the mudra of kindness. So it can be very simple movements that you want to feel, that you want to use with your body. And of course, you're more than welcome. So anything that I'm saying is not fixed. Just kind of follow the flow of your own source guidance, of course. So the central channel, yes, that's what we were talking about. So the central channel is the core of your being. That means that all the chakras, of course, we have a front and a back of the chakra that is turning in a certain way. And the ones above are turning like that, like horizontal, and these are turning vertical. I know people that actually have turned all the chakras being horizontal. And sometimes I get into a state where also all my chakras are horizontal. They're not vertical anymore. But what is the thing with all these chakras is that they are linked in that central channel. So it goes up from the middle of the head all the way down through your body in front of the spine. So it's not following the spine, it's in front of the spine. It's erect, it's straight, and it is going down. For some traditions it stops at the Hira chakra, but in the School of Remembering that I'm teaching from, it goes all the way down through the perineum area. And the perineum area is really in between the genitals and the anus. So you can feel it like when you're sitting straight and you have your chin a little bit to the back. So you're not sitting like that, huh? You're sitting straight and you have your chin a tiny little bit in the back. It almost feels a little bit exaggerated, but it's not. That's how we used to sit in the Zen temple. Like you kind of a little bit, what happens when you do that with your chin a little bit to the back is that the back opens, which in the Tao we call the jade pillow. So the back opens and you're just sitting straight and you sense that the core of your being is actually straight down, all the way down, straight down through your perineum area. So in the beginning, we will do a little bit of a breath through it. Normally we do the left channel, and then we clear the right channel, and then we clear the middle channel. But in that sense, I would be, if we would really follow those practices, I would be explaining it for hours. So what we will do the simple version. We will only do the breath through the central channel. So we will start the Tantric practice by just breathing in. So you can imagine it like breathing in from the nose, breathing up in the head, and then breathing down. And then when you have your full breath in, you can hold it for a moment. And you can hold it in the Hara chakra. So you can hold it in your central channel in the Hara chakra. And then when you breathe out, you kind of shoot it out through your central channel. So you're like holding it, and then you're breathing out. So you're breathing out also, of course, from the nose, like the superficial breath, but your prana, like your life force, like the much more aware breath, just goes into that central channel, and you are clearing and cleaning your central channel with the breath, and then making it go out from the head there. So what happens is that most of our blockages are actually stuck in our central channel. So what happens when we are doing that breath, that tantric breath, is that we are opening the central channel from any self-doubt, basically, which is the main poison, you could say, of which is blocking our understanding or recognizing our true nature as a Tara, as a Buddha, as a Mary Magdalene, as an enlightened being. So we will do a little bit of that breath, and then we will go into the Tara practice. Okay. So, but we will start with first processing some of our fears and some of these emotions and thoughts that are holding us back from realizing our true nature. Okay, so let's start the meditation. So you can feel, see, sense the air as it's passing in and out of your nose. You can, if your nose is not blocked, you can close your mouth and you can put your tongue up on the palate. So your tongue is touching your teeth and the palate at the same time, but in a very relaxed way. There's no stress in the body, no stress in the jawline. You're just very relaxed and holding that tongue up on the palate. This is something we do in many traditions. And what you do when you do that is that you are connecting the front and the back of the body and the up and the down part of the body, the masculine and the feminine. So there is a sort of a electromagnetic energy, you could say, that is going to stream in a certain way through your body, just simply by holding your tongue up on the palate, touching your teeth. So let's do that for a while, just with your awareness, just observe that air as it is passing in and out of your body. So you are not controlling the breath in any way, you are not managing anything, you're just becoming aware of that natural, spontaneous breath going in and out of your body. And really feel, see, sense that your awareness is now going deeper into your body. It's like it's riding that breath into your body, from your nose into your lungs, and from your lungs into the rest of your body. And you might notice that there is already a difference now, in the sense of that you're starting to relax more. The body is starting to relax more. Your awareness is becoming more focused, stronger. It's very subtle. Your thoughts are slowing down. Your feelings and emotions are slowing down just by the fact of bringing your awareness to your breath, riding that breath into your body. So really bring your awareness completely into your body. You're becoming completely present in your body. And you might be able to feel, see, sense this sense of grounding your awareness in your body. And don't make it like some sort of a stiff sitting. Like you could make tiny little movements if you wish, kind of like you are like a bamboo in the wind. So you're becoming hollow inside, and yet at the same time, you're becoming filled with awareness, which means light and love and all these things. But we're not really looking for a certain experience. We're more just letting go. So, but it's not fixed. Like we're not sitting there like a statue. It's like you could move a tiny, I call it micro movements. You could use tiny little micro movements, maybe with your pelvic floor, maybe with your shoulders, maybe just going a little bit like as if you're a leaf in the wind, like you're just a tiny little bit of movement there, so that you're not fixed, not a statue, you could say. And this really helps you to bring that awareness deeper into the body. So bring that awareness deeper into the body by being present there. So maybe you want to start with let's start all together with the crown of our head. We can start there. Going to make a body scan. This is going to be very pleasant. So we'll start with the crown of our head. Just be present there with your awareness and feel that when your awareness connects to your physical body, there's a sense of activation there. There's a sense of life force that is awakened. So we're starting in the crown. You're feeling that you are allowing more light into that area. It is like almost like you can imagine like a flower, like a lotus flower or any other flower that you like is going to open. So you're opening your crown, allowing more energy, more life force, just basically really like cosmic energies, we could call it. Masculine cosmic energies to start to stream into our body from the crown, into the central channel. And then with that type of like a dolphin scan type energy, with your awareness, just go down through the brain. When you're starting to arrive at the third eye location, then that whole area, the middle of the head and the third eye in front, and this whole area gets just simply activated by bringing your awareness there. It's like you're bringing the awareness home in the body, and the body will respond with life force. And so we will slowly move down through the nose, the ears, the mouth, not only the front, but also the back of the head, just really moving down, like you're really scanning down with your awareness. Slowly activating those areas, and then you go into the throat. And you're feeling, seeing, sensing that throat area is coming alive. If I go too fast, then please take your time. I will just keep a certain rhythm for the whole group, but really take your time. Feeling, seeing, sensing how the throat, not only from the front, but also from the back. This is a very important area in our body that in the deepest core of it, in the central channel, this is where we embody, where we can find, you could say, the beautiful enlightened qualities of speaking your truth, of inner peace, the power of silence, We're just resting the awareness in this location in the body, activating it, nurturing it, purifying it. But again, not with any force and not with any expectations. Just simply bringing your awareness to that location in the body is doing all of that automatically and spontaneously. It's energizing it, it's activating it, it's purifying it. It's bringing you closer to your own enlightened qualities in your central channel there. Okay, now feel, see, sense also. Now we're going a little more down in the body, the shoulders. This is where we keep a lot of our attentions, a lot of our stress, a lot of our expectations. So just bring your awareness there with this sense of nourishing that area, healing that area, energizing it with your awareness. Okay, now let's go down to one of the main areas of our body, which is the heart. So we have the upper heart chakra, we have the lower heart chakra, and it doesn't really matter if you are connected to them on a daily basis or not. You can just connect to your heart, your physical heart, for example, or any area that calls your attention. So you're just basically bringing your awareness deeper into your heart space. And again, we're not really doing anything. We're just allowing that awareness to rest here in our heart chakra. It can be the front, the back, or in the middle of the central channel, wherever you feel cold. And if you're ever going to do this meditation again, it might be in a very different place around in the heart. Just feel, see, sense. Allow your awareness to rest here. And you could find many different things here for many different people and many different levels of meditation, and many, if you're familiar with it or not. So whatever comes up for you, just host that experience. So for some of us, we find sadness there, or grief, or impatience, or arrogance, whatever it is. And then for others, we find nothing there. And maybe that's a little scary, like, oh, there's nothing in my heart, it's just space. But that is also a beautiful experience, just pure open space where your awareness can just rest. Awareness itself is very subtle. It is our ultimate power, our ultimate medicine. And so it is not like thoughts and emotions. It doesn't have that heaviness to it. It's very light, very subtle. It is what connects us to these subtle realms that we're connecting to now in the heart. So just allow yourself to kind of interact without doing anything, but just resting the awareness with the heart space, and see what evolves for you here. Feel that there is this sense of respect here, self-respect, and also respect for the world. This beautiful quality of respect, and also this beautiful quality of power. We are sovereign, empowered beings. This is what you could experience here. But again, whatever you're experiencing here, just Allow that experience to be as it is. Do not try to change it in any way. Do not criticize anything that is coming up or judge yourself for anything that is coming up. Just allow these experiences to arise from that space. And if you just recognize them and just observe them and just be aware, just rest in that awareness, hosting that experience, then it will also dissolve by itself. So you're just resting in your heart. So just for a moment, we will just sense that sense of spaciousness here. It's like everything is just pure space. Even your body that might feel solid, inherently there's just space. Even science now knows, yes? Just tiny little particles. And for the rest, it's just absolute space. So just tune into that truth, or tune into that feeling of everything is just pure space. Everything around me, everything inside of me, it's just pure space. Every cell of my body, every thought, every feeling I've ever had or will ever have is pure space. And feel also this sense of that spaciousness is not empty in the sense of that emptiness. It is empty, yes, but it's filled with infinite potential. So we're just resting in this presence. The awareness being present in the body, in this location in the body, in the heart space. Okay, let's give a little bit more of attention to the rest of the body before we go into any other journey. So let's go a little bit more down. So that whole area of the solar plexus. Feeling, seeing, sensing that sense of probably some tension there. Most people on the planet have some tension there. Having to do with the divine will or universal will and our own personal will. Feeling, seeing, sensing that just by bringing your awareness there, you're opening it. You're opening this area of the body, bringing it back to that space. And of course, if you feel like it, that's what happened just to me, is that you can use your breath, your out breath, with releasing any tensions. So if you feel like, okay, there's some exhaustion there, or some tension, or some stress, or anything like that, you just allow it to breathe out from your mouth, from your body. Having this sense of the air that you're breathing in. It's not only air. It's containing all the elements. It's containing pure life force. It is a light that you are breathing in. It is pure prana, pure life force. Breathing it in and clearing your body in these areas where you are present now. And breathing out any tension. Beautiful. So, as I said, you can stay in certain regions in your body as much as you wish, but we will just move down now into the belly area. So let's start with around the navel, but also deeper down into the body, like around the central channel, and also the back of the body. At this height, the navel area, there is our kidneys in the back. Very, very, very important organ in the body where, without knowing it, most of us are keeping tension there. A sense of not feeling safe in the body, a sense of not feeling safe in the world. So if we want to go into the state of enlightened action, we need to feel safe, not only in our own body, but also in the world. Knowing that even if we're walking through a war zone, that we are safe because we're sovereign beings and only things can happen to us that we agree upon, right? So feel, see, sense that sense of safety, that you are protected by life, you are protected by Gaia, Mother Earth, you are protected by the human collective. All you need to do is ask. So feel, see, sense, receive that sense of safety very deeply in your body, not only around the navel area, but also around the kidneys and inside of the kidneys. And again, you can use your breath. We call it the dragon breath, where you can imagine that from your kidneys, there's kind of like steam coming off. And what you're breathing into the kidneys is more like indigo blue light. We call it color consciousness. You can use different colors in the body and really bring them back to their original state of relaxation and a feeling of safety and ease. Okay, now we're going to go down into the area that is holding the most of our, let's say, survival patterns. Fear, maybe some anger, maybe some feelings of feeling powerless against a world that is doing something you don't want, or anything like that. So that whole area below the belly, and I'm talking about all of it. We're going to go and dive into the whole of it. Meaning the genitals, the anus, the womb for women, and even if you don't have a womb anymore, that whole area there, men have an energetic womb. So all this type of like, where we hold our magic, where we hold our pure life force, our personal power, our wrathfulness, our fire, our, yeah, all of these beautiful qualities that we hold in that area. So by bringing our awareness there, you can move around and feel in the front of the body, in the middle, in the back of the body, going up and down, really feel where you're called to. And just by bringing awareness there, it could be that some energy is starting to be awakened, maybe some sexual energy, maybe some other life force energy, anything related to money, financial support, feeling safe in the world or not, survival feelings that you have to fight to survive. All these feelings are all linked to this quite large area in the body. Down the spine, the kundalini, the snakes of the kundalini are housed here. So much happening in this area. The problem with humanity today is that we are so much in the mind, producing 84,000 thoughts a day, that we forget to be present in these parts of the body. There's even people just walking around, never been present in this part of the body. Or maybe just in very small parts of their life. But just by bringing awareness here, being present in this part of the body, you can start to connect with your own inherent powers, with your own life force, with your own intimacy, and this feeling of thriving instead of surviving, this feeling of pleasure, that it's a joy to be alive, a joy to be on the planet. So again, we are just bringing our awareness here. The words that I'm using are just here to kind of activate certain feelings or thoughts, or maybe some patterns that are stuck here. Maybe some of you are feeling, I'm not feeling all of these things at all. I'm this and I'm that, and this is happening, and you have no idea about my problems and this and that. Okay, that's great. Allow it to arise, that pain, that identity, that blockage, that tension. Allow it to arise and hold space for it. This space we are holding here all together. We're holding space for these parts of your body, these parts of your consciousness to be expressed. So allow any expression, whether it's super aggressive or whether it's super loving, it doesn't really matter. Whether it's pain or bliss, it doesn't really matter. Just allow it to express itself through you. Don't hold on to it. Don't analyze it. Don't criticize it. Just allow it to express. And you are that awareness. You are that soul. You are that space hosting that experience, that loving, curious, open awareness holding that space. Even these feelings like, oh, it's not happening enough. It should be happening this, or it should be happening that. It's all the same. Just allow yourself to be as you are in this moment, with your feelings, with any thoughts, anything coming up for you. Okay, beautiful. So now from these chakras, so for the women from the Hara chakra, 4 finger width length below the navel in the central channel, and for the men, the root chakra, really like on the perineum area, you bring down a grounding cord. So it's just with your awareness, with your intention, with maybe some of your willpower, but in a very relaxed way. You're just bringing that energy all the way down, bam, until you connect to the middle of the earth, to the center of the earth, where is our heart. So you're bringing down what we call just a grounding cord from those. So again, for the women, it's the Hara chakra. For the man, it's the root chakra. From this point, you're kind of attaching this grounding cord. Bring it all the way down. It can take some time sometimes. For some of you, it's instant, and for some of you, it will take some time to actually anchor it. It's like as if you're throwing from a ship, like an iron anchor down. And just let it travel down until it reaches the middle of the earth. When it stops moving, then you know, bam, I'm grounded. Now into this grounding cord, and you can give it any color you like, or you can leave it as it is. Some days for me, the red color feels super grounding, and other days it doesn't. And some days black diamond color feels super grounded, and other days it makes me fly. So feel, see, sense what color is for you now. It's this moment grounding, and then bring it all the way down. Feel how you're bringing all the energy that we have produced, you could say, all the energy that we have cleared, all the things we have activated. You can now let it go down into the earth, connecting to the earth, And once you feel that you are more empty, you could say, and don't worry about giving negative energies to the earth. Huh? She uses it as compost for the whole of the human collective. So you can't do anything wrong. Just release into her whatever you're ready to release, basically. Any fear, any anger, any disappointment, any feeling of hopelessness, any righteousness, any opinions, any ideas, any identities, anything, any concepts, anything. Just let it all go to be right in the moment where you are. Give it to the earth. And then for those that feel confident with it and that feel resonating with it, you can ask the earth to start sending energy back to you from that same channel. So from the grounding cord, you can ask the earth, and be specific. When you're working with mother energy, with earth energy, with Tara energy, whatever energy it is, be specific. So you say to the earth energies, you say, Gaia, Mother Earth, I am your child. My body is your child. I'm happy to be here with you through my grounding cord. Whatever energies you're going to send back to me through the grounding cord, may they be of the highest frequencies. So this is for people that are used to taking negative energies from the earth. You don't need to. Don't do it. So just, if that is you, then you can put like a filter under your body, under your feet, under your body, like a violet light, flame type filter. So violet light filter, put it under you, and then the earth energy that will come through will be filtered, will be cleansed of any high frequency. Only the high frequency energies can come through. But for those that have already an intimate connection with the earth, that you don't need to do that if you don't feel it resonates. So basically, we have been allowing the cosmic energies to run down into our body, all the way down into the center of the earth. And now we're doing the opposite. We're bringing the earth energy, we're bringing it up into the central channel. Do it slowly. Don't force anything, never push anything. Do it slowly. Bring up the energy not only through the central channel, but through all of your body. You can allow it to enter your feet, for example. There's two beautiful chakras, one each in one foot. On the soles of the feet, there's incredibly powerful chakras that you can allow the earth to come in and run into your ankles, legs, knees, everything. Going up into the base of your body, into that whole area. And then bring that root chakra energy into the chakra of pleasure, the chakra of magic, like the second, the Hira chakra. And from there, you just slowly allow it to move through. And again, like, it might feel like I'm telling you to control it or manage it, but I'm not. I'm just asking you to connect to Mother Earth and allow her to move into you, if that feels comfortable for you, as far as it feels comfortable for you. And you're just allowing it to move into you, into all of the cells of your body. Really, all the cells of your body, even into the DNA, into all that you are, into your emotional bodies, into your mental body, into your, all that you are. Your ego has a weight, has a body. Allow her to move there as well. And obviously, we want to feel relaxed. So really relax deeply until the toes of your feet and the toenails in your hair, everything, that you feel that deep relaxation. Allowing the cosmic and the earth energies to run into your body completely, freely, opening you, activating you, purifying you, nourishing you, healing you. Okay, now through your awareness is connected to the subtle realms. So in your innermost being. Now, on a very honest way, in a self-honest way, ask yourself if there is any fear in you, if there's any righteousness, any anger or sadness in you that you are willing now to let go of. Maybe it's in a conflict. Maybe you had a conflict with a friend, a sister, family member, even just the slightest bit of feeling that somebody, you were blaming them from something, your feelings, your thoughts, or you're pointing the finger at someone, or not happy with the way they are, or expecting them to be different, anything of all of that, just bring it into your awareness in a very self-honest way. Seeing, feeling, feeling that sense of, you could call it righteousness or just ego or pain identity. Something is connected to pain, something you're not happy with, about life, about your life, about the world. Just host this into this space. Really, you are the space hosting any type of experience. And by hosting it, it will appear, arise, and dissolve by itself. Nothing else we need to do, just hold that space. Okay, now let's do the same with the war that is going on. Not only the outer war, but also the inner war. Like maybe your mind is saying this and your heart is saying that. Or your body is saying this and your soul is saying that. Or your feelings are saying this and your thoughts are saying that. Like the inner war and the outer war. Just any kind of disbalance, any kind of being out of the unity of the oneness, just observe, just allow it in this space and process it. The way we process it, it is really just allowing it to come up, arise spontaneously and dissolve. But you need to make it personal. It's not just an idea. You need to feel, see, sense that, yes, deeply inside, I'm honest with myself. I am feeling this about myself. Self-perception. You might feel you're not good enough, or you're not beautiful enough, or you're not, I don't know, not smart enough, or whatever. Like, it needs to be personal. You need to feel, see, sense that, yes, this is that belief pattern that is holding me in that vibration. Allow it to come up for you. Connected to the war, inner, outer war. Feelings of I can't do this, or whatever comes up. It could even be a sense of overwhelmment, where you're feeling like I'm not able to do this because there's so much coming up. Or the other side, where you're like, that nothing is coming up. Am I really that clear and clean? It's simply a sense of honesty with yourself, just a reflection. This is one of our most beautiful qualities, where a human being can self-reflect. And through this self-reflection, allow it in that space and allow it to dissolve and to heal and to get back into that beautiful balance of oneness. And if you wish, you can breathe a little deeper and breathe out any tension. Exhaustion. Beautiful. So you can continue to do this practice as you're doing now, allowing anything to come up and release. And you're just holding space for it. You're hosting those experiences, or you can choose to continue the practice now into the Tārā practice that we're going to do. Whatever you do, just have this feeling of you are resting really in the full awareness. So your awareness is resting in that stillness where you are now. You're in a very deep stillness in your physical body. Feel that stillness of your physical body. You're in a very deep sense of silence. Rest your awareness in that silence. That's where the peace is coming from. That's where we are grounding in that inner state of peace. Rest in that sense of spaciousness, like a very deep sense of spaciousness. So whatever we are doing, you might follow it, you might not, you might engage in it, you might not. But whatever you're doing, like rest with your awareness deeply in those experiences of stillness, silence, or spaciousness, or all three of them. So before we start with the Tārā practice, I would like to do a little bit of breathing. So just start breathing into your central channel. So you're breathing in, like it's really like a silk type of breath. So we're not pushing, like it's not fiery type of breath. We're just going to like breathe in like very smoothly, very softly, very silky, like from both nostrils, breathing up until you reach the top of the head, and then you're breathing, you're bringing with your awareness, you bring it down, deep down into your Hira chakra, into the central channel. There you can hold your breath for a moment and then breathe out. And when you're breathing out, you can push a little bit, but still you want it to be kind of silky, not too fiery, but you can push a little bit even with your perineum area to push the breath from your Hira chakra all the way out through the central channel, out from the crown. So you're breathing in, holding the breath, and breathing out. You might want to do it a little stronger. It's really as you wish. And let's do that a few times. Knowing that all of the self-doubt will be cleared when we clear our central channel. And really follow your own rhythm. Huh? If you want to do this super slow, then do it super slow. If you want to do this fast, do it fast. If you're like, I don't want to do that silky one, I want to do the wrathful one or the fiery one, then do that. Follow your own resonance. If you feel it's a little strong for the body, you might feel a little dizzy or any other things, like maybe a little bit of nausea or something like that, then you're doing it a little bit too strong. So you can do it softer. really feel, see, sense that sense of you bringing in pure prana, pure life force, pure light into your central channel from down, and then shooting it out from the Hara chakra all the way out from the crown. And feel also that clarity. There's this crystal clear clarity that you're going to feel when you do this. In your central channel, but also in your being. Okay, beautiful. So now start to use your imagination. So again, imagination is not something negative. It is something extremely positive. You can do, it's very, very powerful. So imagine that this beautiful 13 Tārā, she's dark red in color and she's fierce, that she's appearing in front of you just out of thin air. Just out of space, she appears, just like that. It can be in front of you, a little bit above you, wherever you feel, see, sense. Maybe it's in your heart, maybe it's in the space surrounding you. Whatever feels comfortable for you. And start to kind of feel, see, sense, or imagine, visualize, or whatever way, like sensing it more, or connecting to it in your own way, in your own perception, but start to kind of see the details of her. It's like she doesn't have a physical body like we have. She has this type of light body. It's very vibrant, and yet it doesn't have any solid existence. And what is also beautiful to tune into is that she's surrounded by these kind of blazing wisdom flames. It's not just fire like we know it. It is like wisdom flames. The fire comes from the state of enlightenment, the state of wisdom that she carries. So she's surrounded by this beautiful flames. Really kind of feel that in your heart. So we're not trying to create something with the mind here. Yes, with the bigger mind, but not with the smaller mind. We're just trying to feel, see, sense from our heart, her presence there, however that comes to you. And she's usually surrounded by other beings as well. It could be all 20 other emanations of Tārā. It could be Buddhas, it could be Bodhisattvas, it could be many other beings, all enlightened. They're all surrounding her there. You might feel them, you might see them, you might sense them, you might know that they're there. Please don't get yourself stuck into any visualization. If you're not visual, just feel it, just sense it, just know it. So what is beautiful to connect to is that radiance. So there is no solid appearance there, but it's radiating. So it's empty, yet it's filled with rainbow light. So she's radiating. She's definitely dark red in color, her own skin, but you can feel, see, sense that her body is hollow. It's like rainbow light radiance kind of. And then start to imagine, feel, see, sense, or know all these beautiful kind of symbols that she has with her. So she has that beautiful mudra, right? Her right hand has this beautiful mudra of supreme generosity, great generosity, great compassion. Her palm is open. And with her other hand, she's holding that stem of that blue lotus. We call it the Utpala flower, but imagine it as you wish. And that lotus flower rests above her left shoulder. And upon this lotus is that Vajra, that dorje that we were seeing before. So it is open, the prongs are open. And each of these points, you could say, is sparkling with flames. Again, it's not an aggressive type of fire flames, it's an enlightened type of wisdom flames. And now from that one that is on her shoulder, there's millions of them coming out. It's like a tiny little vajras, tiny little millions of them are radiating out from that. And each of them is multiplying again. So it's countless sparkling vajras in all directions. She's sending them out in all directions. And you can feel that they have this type of very indestructible protection. We call it a Vajra tent, but it doesn't matter how we call it. It's like it brings out all these rainbow colored, like indestructible protection, protecting all the beings from war, from aggression, from danger. So you're just kind of feeling that this Vajra tent, you could say, or this protective shield that you're sending out with all these countless little Vajras, rainbow, beautiful, sparkling flames. It's removing all the outer and all the inner obstacles for all beings and returning them to joy, returning them to peace. So you can feel that type of, in her, you can feel that type of fierceness. She's protecting, it's like a mother protecting her children, very fierce. If a child is in danger, she's very fierce. And yet from her heart, she will never do anything to harm anyone. She has so much love. So feel, see, sense that. And feel in your heart, like in the Buddhism, we call this the refuge and bodhicitta prayer. It's a lot of words for just what we're simply doing here is that we are going deeply in our heart and feeling that sense of doing this for all beings. So you're kind of feeling that sense of very simple, feeling that sense of love for all beings. I wish, it's kind of like, I wish all beings to be free from suffering. I wish all beings to be happy. I wish all beings to realize their own true nature. It is not like saying that they should be different than the way they are. It's just, you're just feeling that in your heart. So it's just like, instead of like kind of giving away your power in that sense in a prayer, we're doing the opposite. We're like it is a very creative, connected, very much empowered sense of prayer. It's like us in human form, a prayer in human form, just simply by going into our heart and feeling that sense of liberation for all beings. It's like whatever I do now may benefit all beings. So feel that. And then we will do the mantra recitation, but before we do that, we are becoming that Tara ourselves. This is very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. So you have been feeling, seeing, sensing her presence. Now, like, as we do it in the original practice, we say the word tam. So when you say tam, you know, you become her. But you don't need to necessarily do that. You can just feel, see, sense that you are now becoming her. So you are manifesting as the Tārā, the 13th Tārā, Yülle Gyaljema. So you are her. You are dark red in color. You are fierce. It's like you are sitting on that beautiful lotus flower. Your right leg is extended, so it's slightly out. And maybe some of you, you're starting to feel like you are starting to dance. She's a dancing deity. So you can feel that sense of inner dance, like as if everything about you is changing. You are becoming her. So you can sit on that lotus, or you can feel yourself dancing there. Whatever you feel, see, senses resonates with you. But you have, like, if you're sitting, then you have that kind of your right leg is a kind of stepping down, you know, to help humanity. So you're stepping into this world to help the beings. That's what you're doing with that right leg, like you're putting it down. And your left leg is staying close to your body. It means that you're resting in what we call nirvana. So you're resting in that enlightened state. So a part of you is resting in that awareness, fully accepting life as it is. And the right side of you is stepping into that samsara, stepping into the suffering, is stepping into help. And then you imagine yourself exactly like we did before. So you're holding that stem of that blue lotus flower. On your left shoulder, there is that beautiful, the Vajra sparkling with flames and coming out. And your right hand is resting on your right knee with that open palm of supreme generosity, that mudra, whatever mudra comes to you. If you want to keep it open or have different mudras happening, then that is beautiful as well. Just feel free. And also feel, and this might really change your perception, is that you start to feel this beautiful blazing field or shield. We call it garland of wisdom flames. That, you know, you just kind of like feel, see, sense that that is destructing all types of ignorance. So you're feeling, seeing, you're really becoming her. So in your heart, feel, see, sense that sense of you are Tārā, you are the 13th Tārā. And you are radiating that love out into the world. Radiating those fields and shields of protection to all beings that need it, that are in war, that need protection, that are in any type of aggression, any type of danger, anywhere. So of course we are dedicating this whole meditation to the Ukraine and the Russian areas, but we are actually dedicating it to anywhere where you feel it needs any type of love and awareness. So I will let you hear the recitation of the mantra. We will do that a few times, but for some people this is really too much. So you really don't need to force yourself into having to recite a mantra or anything. You can just listen to it and just connect to it with your heart, or just keep on feeling, seeing, sensing your awareness resting in your heart. We will not do it too long. We will just do it for a little bit, and then we will close the meditation so that you're not overburning yourself in that sense, because you're using a lot of energy for this. So
Om Tare Ture Vajrajvala Part Raksha Raksha Svaha. 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 Raksha Svaha. Om Tare Ture Vajrajvala Part Raksha 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 Raksha Svaha.
Beautiful. Okay, if this is any recording, then you can keep on repeating this as often as you wish. We're going to slowly come out of the meditation, but really we have a very specific way to do that. So first, we have to feel, see, sense. If you wish to imagine that the whole universe and all of its inhabitants, and basically beyond the universe as well, everything dissolves into light. So everything outside of yourself is dissolving into light. Everything, your house, your family, your friends, everything, the whole world and all of the inhabitants of the universe and beyond, everything dissolving into light. Now that light is dissolving into you. So you as the Tārā Ripu Cakra Vināśinī is, you are, that light is dissolving into you. And then you dissolve into the light yourself from the crown of your head and from the soles of your feet. So you're simultaneously, you're becoming, converging at your heart center. So you're dissolving all of that light into, you could say, like a dark red sphere in your heart. So now you are becoming, just in your heart, just a beautiful dark red sphere of light. This dark red sphere is containing everything. The mantra, the syllables, if you have used them, the seed syllables, anything, the whole appearance of the Tara, everything. And then you feel, see, sense that this whole sphere, it could be a tiny little sphere or bigger, however you conceive it, however you feel it, however you sense it, is now dissolving into what we call luminous emptiness. So everything is a beautiful luminous emptiness. And we're going to just rest for a moment in this beautiful, spacious awareness as long as we can. Just be free of any fabrication, like trying to make something happen. Just try to be free from any distraction. Just rest very deeply in this spacious awareness. You are that spacious awareness. We are that spacious awareness. Everything is spacious awareness. This is the main container in which everything is happening, that spacious awareness. This is who we truly are. Rest here, now, in your body, in your being, in that spacious awareness. And while we do that, I would like to just dedicate this meditation to all beings in all worlds. May they all be happy, healthy, free from suffering. May we all awaken to our true nature, our own time, our own space. Beautiful. So again, really take your own time and your own space to feel, see, sense that whenever today or tonight or tomorrow you feel that you are kind of returning into your form, into your thoughts, into your distractions, you just can imagine, feel, see, sense that luminous presence of Tara, and you just kind of become her or feel her around you. You just kind of like, what it does is that it brings you back into that kind of more real state of your being. So not the solid body, situations, people, but more like the vibrational, very luminous part of yourself. The luminous body, the light body, the rainbow body, like really connecting through this practice with it. And you can do it many times, but you can also just reconnect. Like when you feel like, oh, I'm getting lost into my more solid perceptions. Okay, you can even just say Tara, or you can just feel it, see it, sense it. You don't even need to use words. Just go back into that state where we have been resting in for quite some time now. And you can use the mantra or just a word, just if you just even say pet, like that, like it just like it cuts all the ignorance, your own and the other ones, like the outer world. You just cut everything and you're back into that state. Okay. So just, yeah, as you wish, you can come out slowly. What really helps me to come out of these types of meditations is to kind of just slowly bring your eyes open, just a tiny little bit, without giving any meaning to what you're seeing. So you're slowly starting to open your eyes, but you're not giving it any meaning. You're not interpreting reality. You're not getting back into your usual, let's say, beta waves. You're just like really still feeling that you are connected to your inner source completely. Okay, and then we will do some sharing for whoever feels like. If you want to continue the meditation now, just log out and just, you know, go your own way. You're completely free. You're welcome, Meg. So if you want to stay in this state for a bit longer, you can just, you know, go out and everything. But if you want to share or you have some questions, you're more than welcome to do that now. I will just stop this recording. Bye, Antje. And start a new one for the sharing.